Your Honor, if we're not like to handle her fairly early, I'm probably gonna do that, right, to a couple of courtrooms and come back.
Okay, if she's,
She's only on there, I don't see Mr. Bourbon.
okay, well, if she's appearing virtually, we can, try to get her on, ASAP so they don't get tied up down there.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Brandy Porter on behalf of Anthony Johnson. Can I ask for a breakout room with him if he's in one of the booths?
Sure, hold on one sec. We're just getting situated here.
Thank you.
You bet. So, yeah, I don't see any of the booths, Ms. Nelson.
Yeah, Judge, I can't get into inviting them. I'm trying
Okay.
to, I'm on,
Let me see what I can do. It's gonna be slow. Okay. Let's see. How are you, sir? Okay. I think I'm able to connect booths, so why don't we get rolling and figure out what we need to do. Now, someone asked to have a breakout room. Can you pop back on the screen and I'll try to make it happen?
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Porter, and I was asking for Anthony Johnson.
Got it. Let me find out where he is and we'll do that.
It's should be
3
probation
North, Booth
rotation.
1. Yep. Yeah, I'm just trying to find out where he is. 3 North, Booth 1. Let's add him.
Also not plugged up again. Thanks, Judge.
So he should be in this room right there you see on your screen. That's what I was told. Anthony Johnson, 3 North, booth 1. Do we have anyone on from the sheriff's team to know if he's on his way? Well, we'll keep checking. 3 North, booth 1, Ms. Porter, and should he pop in there, then we'll get you and Mr. Johnson into a breakout room.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. All right, let's work our way through this calendar. It's mostly plea and arraignment for our big gang case. Who is on the call for the state for this case? Let's work our way through this. Okay. Well, we'll skip the gang case for now and see what is after that. How about we get all the way down to Mr. Stokes? Let me find where he is this morning. Stokes, 6 North, booth 3.
Your Honor, ACDC is ready.
Okay, who's at ACDC?
Unique Jones.
Oh, okay. We thought Miss Jones was somewhere else, but we will do that in just a minute. Thank you. All right, no one is in 6 North, booth 3. I don't know if the Fulton County folks are where they're supposed to be yet, but we'll give them more time. Let's deal with Miss Jones. So remove spotlight. Let's get her ACDC. Whoops. ACDC's camera just went off.
Our camera is still on, Your Honor.
Oh, you're on twice somehow. That's strange. Okay. There you are. Let's get to your place on the calendar. Mr. Luemba, this is your case?
Yes, it is. And I was under the impression she was in Griffin, but I heard you just say ACDC.
I had the same impression.
Okay.
But now we know that Ms. Jones is here. So let me just make this all official. Luemba. All right, Ms. Jones, can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. I'm Judge McBurney. I don't think we've met before. Your case has been assigned to me. Your lawyer is Mr. Luemba. You can see him on the screen there, gentleman with the floral pocket square and mustard sweater.
That's not Unique Jones.
That's not you.
Oh, who? Okay, so what are we saying, ACDC? You just told me that was Unique Jones.
I am Unique Jones. According to her 3-part case. Yeah,
My guess is there are not 2 Unique Joneses out there.
Oh, I'm only Unique Andrew Jones.
Okay. Well, let me check something. We are off to a fun start this morning.
I changed my hair.
Okay, you're good. Hold on. I'm not doubting you, ma'am. I don't know who was yelling into the call. Okay. Well, she might know too, but let's figure all this out. I'm gonna call up your case and I'm gonna ask you a couple questions and that'll settle this.
24 French. 24 French 3 lane.
All right, Ms. Jones, tell me your date of birth.
March 6, 2003.
That's normal.
So I got May 16th, 2008.
Right. And that was,
It's another unique Jones.
Yeah, the picture of the person, I understand the hair is a different color, but it doesn't even look like the same person.
that's not the unique Jones I know.
Yeah, so hey, I'm gonna let me do something here and see. I don't normally add myself to this, but I want to do this and this. All right, you recognize that person?
That's unique Jones.
Yeah, she upstairs. That's another girl. She upstairs, I think.
Okay.
She
This is the
was-
person I think we're looking for. This is the person who was booked in on the gang case. So Ms. Jones, what are your charges?
Domestic violence. It was family domestic violence, I was not guilty. I called the police into my protection, and I got locked up.
Okay. So it sounds like we've got some confusion here. Because the young lady with the bright red hair is the one that you represent, Mr. Luemba, who is charged with murder and some other things. And I'm guessing the person at ACDC is not interested in being charged with murder.
Your
You
Honor,
also,
Your Honor, we're trying to rectify the problem.
She was
So-
sitting downtown, and I was sitting here. She was sitting downtown this morning. I probably supposed to have been sitting downtown, and she probably supposed to have been here.
okay. Well, let me look up one of, but your name is Unique Jones?
Correct.
Okay, let me check one other thing here. Jones, Unique.
Unique A. Jones.
Well, I haven't done it. I've had it happen. Yeah, I had that happen to the barber but I was sitting here cleaning and I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so I bet this is you. Hold on, just a second. Here we go. So look, here is another,
Same spelling, right?
right there. That's you.
Yes, that's me.
That's you. And this is Unique Jones. You are in the system as Unique Jones, different date of birth, different address, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not going to bug you anymore, ma'am. I apologize for the alarm. Sheriff got Unique Jones to the camera. They did exactly what they're supposed to do. I find it hard to believe there are two people named Unique Jones, but we're going to have to name you the other one, not Unique Jones, because you came first. You're a couple years older.
I'm paper.
Yes.
I don't, the gentleman with the pocket square is not your lawyer. You just got booked in a couple days ago. You have a different situation. Your case is not with me. You are not charged with murder and gang related cases. And I'm going to wish you a good rest of your day, okay?
So when will I go to court, Your Honor?
Let me look. You should have you had your first appearance yet? Were you in front of a magistrate judge?
No, not yet. I think I supposed to went downtown. She went downtown, and she's supposed to stay here.
Okay, well, maybe our deputies can track her down. She's not downtown? Okay, she's in Spalding. Okay, as we thought. All right, Ms. Jones, you should be in front of him. When did you get arrested?
2 days ago.
And you haven't been in front of a judge at all?
No, and I'm ready to get out of here.
Yeah, I bet.
Your Honor, she's going to court for 11:30.
Excellent. That's what I was going to say. You should be on one of the first appearance calendars at 11:30. So that's when you'll see a judge and see a lawyer, not the gentleman on the screen here, but a different lawyer. Okay. All right. Sorry for the confusion.
I don't do murder.
No, oh, good. Keep it that way. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So I think that's it. ACDC. Appreciate it. We're hopeful. That was fascinating. Yeah. So are you hearing anything from, are you reaching out to Spalding County?
But I mean, put her on Zoom, the deputy was saying they were gonna bring her downtown, but they stopped because they know it's on Zoom.
Okay.
So I guess she's gonna get on Zoom.
All right, so we'll get contact from, I guess, Spalding will, and they have the Zoom info?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll make another call.
Okay, great.
Judge, in the meantime, can I run back to Ingram?
Please.
Because I came up here.
Yeah. And we will, does Ms. Nelson have your cell or a way to text you?
Yes, I actually emailed her and said I would be late for
Good.
this.
Okay.
But Ingram wasn't on the bench, Judge Ingram, so I just came up here.
Okay.
I'm at 10 o'clock on Whitaker, but I'll be here because I filed a motion for bond for Unique
Okay.
over a month ago, and I was hoping we could address that today too.
All right, well, if we get a prosecutor, we can talk about that. I mean, we have a prosecutor, but if we get the prosecutor on the case, we'll talk about that. And we, of course, need to get Ms. Jones.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
All right, so do we have anyone in any booths yet? Yes, here's someone. Good morning. Who is in 2 South Booth 1 with all the toilet paper behind him?
Adrian Blackwell.
Mr. Blackwell. All right. Good morning. Let me figure out. Well, dang, we don't have a lawyer for you, Mr. Blackwell. Were you planning on hiring a lawyer or do you need a lawyer appointed?
I supposed to already had one. Like I have a public defender. I think I'm supposed to.
Okay, you probably did at one point. There are a bunch of defendants in your case, and the public defender has had to conflict off. Mr. Abadi, this is Mr. Blackwell, position 1 on our calendar, and I don't have anything in the system. I think he was added to this. This is his first indictment. Do we have a public defender on this call? Ms. Rios, can you hear me?
Your Honor, I'm sorry. I thought that Rachel Gordon was the, because this is a juvenile case, right? Or maybe I'm.
Well, it's a mix. Mr. Blackwell's not a juvenile.
Okay.
So there
But she
are.
represents. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to go through my notes. I thought she represented like the co-defendant, so she couldn't represent him.
Correct. No. I'm not suggesting you need to leap in here, but Mr. Blackwell believes he qualifies for appointed representation. So my understanding is that then your office needs to file some paperwork with GPDC so that we can get a lawyer appointed to Mr. Blackwell. Is that not right?
I believe so. I will reach out to Ms. Gordon because I think she would have more details to do the conflict than I would, but I will make sure that's done.
All right. Mr. Blackwell, let me look here. So you got arrested about 3 weeks ago, is that right?
Yes, sir. I think yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
Well, I turned myself in 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Either way, you went into custody about 3 weeks ago.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we need to get a lawyer appointed to represent you, and then that lawyer can make sure that we move your case forward. Need attorney. And you're saying, Ms. Rios, that this is going to be a Rachel Gordon process.
Yes, Your Honor, and only just because we have to put details in the conflict, and I don't really, since she has a co-defendant, I think she would be more equipped to like list out what the conflict is.
Okay. Well, I mean, the conflict is she represents Jeremiah Few. That's a co-defendant in this case. So your office cannot represent anyone else in it, but we got to get Mr. Blackwell a lawyer.
Oh.
All right, I made a note of that. Mr. Blackwell, I'm sorry we're not able to do more today, but it doesn't make sense to talk about your case without a lawyer working on your behalf. So we'll line that lawyer up and I'll get you back here and maybe we bring you over to court rather than in that booth you're in right now so we can figure out what's next, okay? Any questions?
Do you know when my next court date will be?
As soon as we can get that lawyer appointed, there'll actually be someone in court. I don't know how long you're in that booth, but that guy with the mustard colored sweater is the one who actually often is lining up the other lawyers. So I'll talk to him when he's in court today to see if we can make this process move extra fast since you've been sitting around and don't even have a lawyer yet. Okay?
Okay.
All right. See ya. Let's see. We've got someone here. Good morning. Who is in 6 North Booth 3?
Mr. Stokes.
All right, Mr. Stokes. This is a probation revocation. Ms. Rios, are you handling this?
Yes, Your Honor. He did want me to request that his probation revocation be handled with his new cases. I told him I wasn't sure if that would be possible since the new cases are a different courtroom, but he wanted it to be a part of like a global resolution rather than us taking care of the probation revocation.
No, that certainly can happen. Do you have any of the new case numbers?
I do, Judge.
Okay.
It's 25 SC 001239.
Okay.
And the second one is 25 SC 002322. And they're both with Judge Dunaway.
Dunaway. Okay. So what we'll do, Mr. Stokes, is see if Judge Dunaway is willing to handle your revocation in connection with those 2 new cases. I suspect he will. And that way your lawyer in his courtroom can manage all of those things. Now, if Judge Dunaway says no, then we need to put you back on a calendar and handle the revocation. That's not a particularly efficient way of doing things. So hopefully Judge Dunaway says yes. All right?
Yes. Hey,
any questions?
Yes, I got a question for you, Mr. McBurney. How much you got off probation in May? Why I'm still on probation?
Why are you still on probation?
Yes.
Let me see what I got from Ms. Simpson. You have about a year left on your probation. So whatever, let me open this up. You were sentenced to 4 years to serve 6 months back in 2023. So that gave you about 3.5 years of probation. So if you do that math, that gets you into the middle of 2026, a little more than that for probation. That's why you got about a year left on probation for the case that you had with me. Does that answer your question?
As I remember, it said I had to do, it was 3 to 1 time served. So they would have left me with 2 years on probation.
Nope, it was 4 to serve 6 months, balance on probation, which gives you 3.5 years probation. And if that started in the middle of 2023, that gets you to the end of 2026 with probation. So I spoke with the probation officer. She's done the math. She says you've got about a year left on probation. All right. Ms. Rios, anything else on behalf of Mr. Stokes?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Stokes, Ms. Rios will let you know if we're able to get this to Judge Dunaway.
All right.
See ya.
All right.
Right? Let's see if we can find any other booths.
Your Honor, my inmate that's on 5 South, 5 North. He, I need booth number 2 open because booth 1 won't open for Marriott.
You're saying 5 South booth 1?
5 North booth 1.
5 North booth 1. Let me look.
And put it on booth 2 instead.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, there's no one in 5 North booth 2.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. So, Mr. Body, Mr. Bird is not going to be pulled. His lawyer, Ms. Cabrera, filed a waiver of arraignment. So we won't be talking to Mr. Bird. That is position 2. Waive and schedule. And similarly with Mr. Yu, he is represented by Ms. Gordon. She filed a waiver of arraignment, so he will not be pulled either. So that leaves Jerome Clark, who in theory is in 6 South Booth 1. I'll look there in a second. And Mr. Marriott, who I think they're trying to get into that booth 2. Ms. Jones, who will be joining us from Spalding County. We had a different unique Jones on the call before you got here, which was unique. Let's check out 6 South Booth 1. Oh, there's someone right there. Hey, are you Mr. Marriott?
Sir.
All right. Let me check. Your docket, and then we'll talk. Ms. Nelson, have you heard anything from Mr. Apt or his office? Mr. Marriott,
Judge, no, I was looking through my emails. I don't see anything, but I can reach back out to confirm.
Okay, if you would, if someone could hit from his office could jump on, that'd be great. Mr. Marriott, my paperwork says that you are represented by Attorney Apt. Is that a surprise to you, or you understand that to be the case?
No, sir, it's not a surprise, but nobody came to talk to me yesterday, told me I had court.
Okay, well, the plan was that the lawyer would be here today, and what we're doing today is a pretty small step. And so the fact that the lawyer didn't come talk to you directly is not a huge problem. We just need the lawyer to join us here. So I'm going to have you sit tight for a little bit. We're going to see if we can track down Mr. App or someone from his office so we can have the conversation that we need to. Okay? So if you would stay there, I'll circle back soon. Six South Booth 1. One there. So
Judge, there's someone in 6 North Booth 3.
great. Let's see who that is. 6 North Booth 3. Thanks for being my eyes in the sky. Good morning. Who is in 6 North Booth 3?
Is there tonight?
Say your name again.
Is there tonight?
Oh, all right. Ms. Rios, I think because of the email exchanges that you and I and Mr. Abadi had, we don't need to chat with Mr. Denike anymore, but he was on because of a few things I know you were working through. Anything else we need to talk about?
Well, one, I wanted to ask, are we going to have I don't think we ever had a final plea hearing. So I never got an offer from the state, but I wasn't sure if we're going to just handle that closer to the trial date because I don't see one scheduled.
Okay, let me look that up. I didn't mean to skip any steps. Yeah, but we still don't skip. Let's see, 2969. Now, it may have been that because of the pause we had for the work you were doing, that we moved it. I think we needed to sort out whether the case was going to move forward, and you've told me that it is. I'm going to keep it on the trial calendar, but if you, because we've got Mr. Abadi here, we could set a deadline for him to get an offer to you, and then you and Mr. Denike could discuss it. And then we could have that happen on the 13th as well, unless you want there to be a date before then when we bring him into court to talk about that.
No, the 13th is fine.
Okay.
I did file a bond motion. I know Your Honor might be not inclined to hear it, but at my client's request, he did want to see if you would be willing to address bond.
Okay, well, not today, because it wasn't on for that, but what we could do on the 13th is figure out which way we're going. If it's not a plea, because final plea doesn't work out in a way that Mr. Denike is interested in, and for some reason the state says not ready, or it looks like we won't reach Mr. Denike's case for this November trial calendar, then we should certainly talk about bond. Otherwise, as I look through the trial calendar, I see a medium to high likelihood that this would be the case we try. And then I just assume keep everyone right where they are for purposes of trial, because trial would just be a few days after we call that calendar.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sure, you bet. Mr. Denike, did you follow all that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I will see you at the latest on November 13th. You'll be brought over here. It won't be in a booth. You'll be here in person. And on that day, we'll talk about a few things. We'll talk about whether you and Ms. Rios were able to work the case out. Before then, Ms. Rios will get an offer from the state. That offer may not be anything you're interested in, but it's an important conversation for your lawyer to have with the prosecutor. And so it could be on the 13th, we resolve your case with a plea. If we don't, and for some reason it doesn't look like we could then go to trial the week after that, then we'll also talk about bond. But if it looks like pretty likely we will be trying your case, then I would just see you the very next week for the trial. All right?
All right.
All right. Appreciate you getting to that booth. Anything else, Ms. Rios, on behalf of Mr. Denike?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, you're good to go, sir. Oh, hold on one second, Mr. Abadi.
So this is a pretty new case, and so ballistics evidence is not that. Ballistics evidence is going to be pretty central to this case. I've been communicating with the GBI, and hoping between 3 to 4 weeks. But I want to bring to the court's attention as well. I had a special setting here on December 1st. So it seems like only my cases are the ones that are being tried throughout the year. So I appreciate the fact that Mr. Denike is custody, but yeah, I mean, it's not been 8 years since arrest.
Okay.
It's been barely been a year since the incident date.
Okay. I hear you on all those things. We tend to try murders and not other cases, and you're the major case prosecutor in here. So the fact that we do try your cases, to me, is a sign of what gets tried. If you were the serious drug prosecutor, you wouldn't have a lot of trials in here. Yeah. I also don't think there's a bar on trying things in less than a year. But I hear you, and you can't make GBI move faster than they move. So if it can be expedited, great. If it cannot, then we will work through that on the 13th. I'm also aware of you being specially set. In fact, that calendar that's going to come out, there was a suggestion to add another one of your cases behind it, just in case Poole didn't go. And I switched that out. So it is, I think we have 2 non-Abadi murders. And so we added one of those as the backup if for some reason Poole falls apart. So I don't lose that specially set week. It just wouldn't be one of your cases. I am not trying to grind you into dust, as was evidenced by moving the last trial a week, which was the right thing to do, but created a lot of heartburn for other litigants in other cases. So if I can help with the GBI, that'd be great. If we are stuck, then Mr. Janike and you and I and Ms. Rios and members of the victim's family can talk about bond on the 13th. I don't know if this helps or hurts, but it turns out that we would not start the trial until the 19th. The trial calendar call is the 13th. That's a Thursday. Normally we start on Mondays, the 17th, but we wouldn't start till the 19th. So there's a little more time. I don't say that because, hey, GBI will be done, but there's more time to get ready for it. All right. All right, Mr. Janike, you're good to go.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Ms. Simpson, did you find anyone else?
No, Judge.
Okay.
Your Honor, Anthony Johnson, who's not in the booth, it's just supposed to be, it should have been a consent order sent over because he's just returning to probation. He's got a matter out of Columbia, I'm sorry, that we've got to deal with. I'm not sure if we can reset it for another day. I need to be in Cobb by 11, and obviously I can't drive and talk to you at the same time.
Right. Let me ask our friends at the sheriff's at the jail if they have any idea when Mr. Johnson might be in 3 North Booth 1, so we could knock this out if possible.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I just was notified Mr. Johnson is in a wheelchair, so we will have to bring him down to the courtroom.
The courtroom in the jail?
Yes, sir. So if you give me a couple minutes, they're going upstairs now to pull him to bring him down to the courtroom in the jail.
Okay. Ms. Smith, have you spoken with Ms. Porter about this case? Oh, Ms. Porter, who were you talking with from the DA's office? It seemed like you felt this had already been worked out.
I was actually talking with probation. I have not spoken to the DA's office, but if you can drop us in a brief breakout room, we can, I believe, get this worked out because probation is telling me it's just a return to probation. So
No, that's not what I was implying. The recommendation that I had sent to Ms. Smith was to revoke some time and have his probation reinstated. Due to his charges, this is not a return, just a return to probation.
So part of it is a return to probation, but probation's recommendation is revoke some time and then reinstate the balance of his probation.
That is correct, Judge.
Okay. So Ms. Porter, Ms. Smith, the prosecutor, is actually sitting in court. She could step out and give you a call if you want to text me your phone number. I could write it down and give it to Ms. Smith, and she could give you a call so you two could talk about it while they're getting Mr. Johnson down to the courtroom.
I can definitely do that. Thank you, Judge.
Great, thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Wright from South Annex should be logging on as we speak.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Ms. Smith, you want to come grab this? This is Ms. Porter's phone number. If you give her a call, talk about Anthony Johnson. And let me find Mr. Marriott again. Hey, Mr. Marriott, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Good, appreciate your patience. So Mr. Apt, your lawyer, actually has a leave of absence. I don't know where he is, but he is not today practicing law. He's still a lawyer, and soon he'll be back and doing the things he does. But we were not aware that he was going to be unavailable when we scheduled your case. So we have to reset this so that we can do the arraignment. It'll probably be something where we bring you over here. And Mr. App will be here as well if he doesn't come see you before then, okay?
Yes, sir.
So you are good to go for today, and we will get this down on another day.
All right.
Thanks. Sorry for the miscue on this one. So Jerome Clark and Ms. Jones are the two that we haven't connected with yet for the gang case. Stokes will maybe transfer to Dunaway.
Good morning, Judge, if I may.
Hello?
Judge, this is Samad Mubin. We're on the Zoom for an arraignment today. I've got actually, if I can step away for about 10 minutes, I'm not sure what the court schedule is. I just need to check in with another couple conflicts, Judge.
Why don't we just handle it right now? Who's your client?
I'll get the job done, Judge. I don't like jumping in line. I like waiting my turn. It's Terrell Bond, Judge.
Judge, this was on the calendar yesterday that you were going to issue a bond order, a bench warrant for failure to appear.
Okay. And your client is
He's on
right there?
a headset on under Terrell.
Okay, we got him. What's the case number?
Judge, the case number is, and I'll actually navigate away for a second. It's 25 SC 005850.
All right.
We filed a waiver for Raymond on that, Judge. Ms. Nelson was very kind in informing us about your standard practices, but we've got that all filed away and ready to go. We've also opted into discovery.
Great. I'm pulling the case up now. There it is. Okay. Mr. Bond, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing this morning, Judge?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm all right on this road.
Okay. So I'm looking at your bond just to make sure we are all on the same page. You have an ankle monitor?
Yes.
You've been wearing it for over a year now?
Yes.
Okay.
Judge, we're going to probably file a motion on that one. This is a little bit of a development that we've had. I was retained on this case, and it's kind of an interesting posture, we'll say that.
Okay. You are supposed to stay away, Mr. Bond, from Whitney Blanks. Has that been something that makes sense for you to do, or I don't know your connection to Ms. Blanks?
Yes, I've been away, sir.
Okay. So it sounds like the main parts of your bond are one, stay away from Ms. Blanks, and then two, you got this ankle monitor on. Ms. Smith, is this your case? Oh, this is from yesterday. It's not even on today's calendar. My guess is it's a family violence ag assault, so it's probably Ms. Willingham's case. Okay. She didn't need to be here today. So what I would ask Mr. Mubin is that you reach out to Ms. Willingham. Jasmine Willingham is the prosecutor on the case, and see if she objects to removing the ankle monitor. Our approach to ankle monitors now is if after 6 months there haven't been any issues, then it's probably okay to get that ankle monitor off. But we have an alleged victim in this case, and her views need to be considered as well. So if you reach out to Ms. Willingham, she can do her best to contact Ms. Blanks, and it may be that then she can just send an email saying we don't oppose, and then I'll modify the bond.
Easy, Judge. We'll get it done.
Okay. I won't do anything, but I'm putting the ball in your court. And if you get traction or if there's opposition, you just file a motion and I'll hear it. But if we've gone a year and 2.5 months and there've been no issues for Ms. Blanks, then it's probably time to modify that.
Of course, Judge. We'll take care of that. I'll get with my client about certain details.
All right. Mr. Bond, you still live at Shafford Court?
Yes.
Okay, well, good. If you move, you got to let your lawyer know so he can update your address. I'll get a scheduling order out soon. That will have a deadline for the state to get discovery out and a later deadline for motions, Mr. Mubin, if there are any substantive motions. Otherwise, if there aren't motions filed, I will see you all on a final plea date, which will be early next year, to see if this is a case that's working out. Anything else on behalf of Mr. Bond?
No, Judge, that's all we've got. If we can be excused.
You may. I'll see you guys next time.
All right, Judge, take care. I appreciate you all accommodating us, and thank you, Miss Nelson.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You bet.
All right.
Your Honor, as it pertains to Mr. Johnson, if I may.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Smith and I have spoken. She gave me a little bit of information that was different from what I thought was happening.
Okay.
I believe we're consenting to a reset to try and get this matter resolved. But I think she and I both need a little bit of time, and obviously we need Mr. Johnson to be here. So if we can ask for a date where we can physically be there, because we'll probably have to have a full hearing.
Okay. When you say full hearing, to which Mr. Johnson is of course entitled, and I'd like to not have to reset this another time, you think that this would need to be an evidentiary hearing? Let me see his, well, but I thought the basis for the revocation here is that basically he he disappeared, not that he has new charges.
He has new charges, Judge. You should have received the served petition in your
Oh,
hand.
no, you sent it. That's right. Let me open it up here. So it's a little more complicated. Oh, look at that. In April of this year, some kind of serious sounding charges. So all I want to make sure I understand, Ms. Porter, is you are requesting that when we next are together, Ms. Smith be ready to go forward, proving up by a preponderance the allegations in the petition.
Correct, Judge. Initially, when I got the case, I was under the impression that it was just a technical violation.
Yep.
And then Ms. Smith advised me today that it's more than that, what you just got or what you just saw. So yes, I would be requesting that we be prepared for a full evidentiary hearing on the new charges.
Great. We'll do that, and I will make sure you get a copy of the petition. Not every once in a while. It's not uncommon. The warrant that I signed for Mr. Johnson was in May. And between then and now, probation learned a little bit more about what has supposedly been going on in his life. And that added that new charge. So we'll reset this for an evidentiary hearing. Ms. Smith, you'll need to have a witness or witnesses, whatever would be required to prove up to that lower burden of proof, the things in the petition. And I'll make sure the petition gets to both of you so you can see specifically what it says. And Ms. Porter, if for some reason Mr. Johnson does make it down in that courtroom, I'll let him know that we're resetting this so there can be a full-blown hearing.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Have you filed an entry in the case?
So I am actually standing in for attorney Melanie LeGrone. And since we thought that this was just going to be kind of a show up and get it done type thing, there wasn't a need, but I will have her office file an entry if I'm going to be the person, since I'm going to be the person responsible for doing the actual hearing.
Okay, she has. I pulled up Mr. Johnson's case, and about a week ago, Ms. LeGrone did file an entry. So you don't need to change that as long as Ms. LeGrone getting notice ensures that there will be a lawyer present for Mr. Johnson. You're welcome to put your name in there instead. I just wanted to make sure it didn't still say, I mean, his attorney from long ago was what was listed on the calendar, but the calendar was published before Ms. LeGrone filed her entry. So she'll get notice for whatever date we do end up setting.
As long as she gets notice, Judge, she'll notice me if she's unable to appear. So between the two of us, we'll get it taken care of.
Fantastic. Appreciate you being here today. Good luck in Cobb.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
You bet. All right, so any Spalding County yet? Nope. Okay, I think South Annex is ready. And that is Dominique Wright. Is there someone on the call who is handling Mr. Wright's revocation for him?
Yes, that would be me, Your Honor.
Yeah. All right. Let's get you on the screen. Mr. Wright, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Great. Let me look for one more thing. Okay. Let's get on the record. Ms. Rivers, you ready to go?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. This is 24 SC 004077. Mr. Wright is at the South Annex. His lawyer, Ms. Rios, is appearing via Zoom as well. Mr. Wright, you pled guilty to that case number I just mentioned, and were sentenced to a bunch of probation. You have 6.5 years of probation left.
Yes, sir.
You pled guilty earlier this year. And since that time, according to probation, you were arrested for some misdemeanors in April and then for felony in June. So 2 arrests since you pled guilty. Those are both violations of probation. Ms. Rios, is Mr. Wright admitting to those arrests? Is he contesting that? Where are we?
Yes, he's stipulating.
Okay. And what are you recommending, Ms. Rios, ought to happen as a result of those arrests?
Yes, Your Honor. He's been in for 147 days. I'm asking to revoke the 147 days that he's been in and reinstate. Those arrests, of course, are not convictions, so he hasn't pled to those yet. He has a place to live. He can live with his aunt. I can give that address to probation if needed. He also was doing okay. Like, he was working at McDonald's as a team manager. He has since lost that job since he was incarcerated, but he might be able to get it back. He does volunteer at Zion Hill Baptist Church. He has 4 children that he takes care of. Their ages 8, 3, and 12. I'm hoping that he'll be able to get out and then fight those other 2 cases.
Do you know, Ms. Rios, if any of those cases has been indicted?
No, I don't believe they have been indicted. I believe one he just got a very low bond that he believes he can make, so he should be getting out. If he gets out on the probation revocation, I think he would be able to get out on that. But I don't believe either has been indicted yet. I'm gonna double check.
Okay. Well, while you're looking, let me turn to you, Ms. Smith. What is the state's recommendation as to what ought to happen to Mr. Wright?
We're gonna follow the probation's recommendation also, and that's to revoke 18 months and reinstate the balance, partially just because of the 2 new arrests that happened, 1 3 months after he is considered guilty, to not about 4 months after the guilty plea also. So it's 2 arrests, and in addition to the technical violation of not cooperating with probation, we'd be asking for the 18 months to be revoked.
Okay, and then reinstate the probation?
Yes.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I was doing some math in my head. Did you say there were also technical violations?
Yes, Your Honor, according to the prescription, the defendant failed to report to probation following his release from custody. So
Okay.
in addition to the 2 new arrests also.
Oh, you're right, that's the very first thing that's on there. And then he got arrested twice. Okay. Ms. Rios, do you know, did Mr. Wright ever connect with probation?
He was.
I'm not gonna ask him, I don't want to create a Fifth Amendment situation for you.
Yeah, Your Honor. I believe, I'm not sure if he ever connected with probation. I do believe that he had, this is my notes from my investigator who went to see him, and from her notes, it seems like he may have reached out, but maybe was dealing with a lot and didn't continue.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Ms. Smith, can you make sure that microphone's in front of you, please?
Yeah, and it should be a green light instead of red. Is it green?
It's nothing right now.
Oh, okay. There's no light at all? You have to be warm-blooded for it to turn green.
Hello?
Oh, that works. Okay.
Yeah, there's no light, but I think
All
you still hear me.
right, that's good. Mr. Wright, were you going to say something? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to let
my lawyer know that when I first got out on the first day I got out on for the probation, I went to go see my probation officer on the first day I reported. And not just I went to go see him the first day I reported before the 72 hours. Now I mean I already had a job and everything. The only thing that stopped me from reporting was that I had lost my job and then I was going through things with my mom about, staying at the house, but we had got everything back on balance before, everything and everything else was too late. But I got everything now, on point. And the only thing I had to do is get this probation reinstated on me, And I just apologize to you. I've been dealing with you since I was about 18. And you know my whereabouts and how I be doing. I be flip-flopping a little bit, but I just apologize to my lawyer and you, McBurney, because you've been dealing with me so long about my action. I won't have no more problems. I don't come in front of you. If you look at the record, I don't come in front of you all the time. It's just
No, you don't. You're right. How old are you, Mr. Wright?
I'm 51, sir. I got 4 kids that need me out there. They about to be homeless. My baby mom about to be homeless. Everything. I'm the only one that was working out on the street. It ain't like and I was paying my probation. It ain't like I'm just out there killing folks, robbing folks, and nothing like that. I don't do none of that.
Okay, I'm glad you're not doing those things. I don't think you and I have been working together since you were 18, but
Not that long.
Okay, it probably feels that long. It probably feels that long, but I appreciate that you are trying to do what you can for your family. Ms. Simpson, do your records show that Mr. Wright was actually being actively supervised at any point since he was sentenced in this case, or was there never a connection made?
Well, Judge, so he, so he had a revocation on a different case with Judge Carnicel, for this case. This case was a violation for Judge Carnicel's case. It appears, give me just a moment. So he had his revocation and was advised to report back to his officer.
So the 24 SC case prompted a revocation of a Carnicel case.
Yes, Judge.
Got it. And then
he did contact his officer, looks like on one occasion to update his employment status. But after that, they had not heard from him.
okay, and that contact to say, hey, I lost my job or I have a new job, when was that?
That was in February of this year.
Okay, thank you. I'm just looking at your case, Mr. Wright, and then we will press on.
Yes, sir. 'Cause I can go back to work. If I get out, I can go back to work, sir.
Where would you work?
I work back at McDonald's, right on off of Martin Luther King and High Child Road.
Okay, got it. All right, Mr. Wright. Well, I appreciate where you are right now and what Ms. Rios had to say. I'm also just looking at how probation went and didn't go since you pled in this case, which was one, like you said, you're not out there killing people, but it was one where it was kind of scary for the victim. And then we've got an arrest for you tussling with an officer, and then an arrest where allegedly you're mixed up with drugs. None of those things is going to help your kids that you are trying to take care of. What I'm going to do is revoke 1 year of your probation, or 12 months, and I will reinstate the balance, and we will take it from there. And I hope, like you said, Mr. Wright, you and I won't be bumping into each other a whole lot unless it's at a McDonald's or somewhere else, but not you dressed like that, all locked up, okay?
Yes, sir.
Your
Can I
Honor, I have
get
one question. What was your intention to revoke the full year or give him any credit for the time he served?
So it's to revoke a year. I am aware how long he's been in. I'm aware of the state's recommendation, and your recommendation. Okay.
Can I say something?
Hold on one sec, Mr. Wright. Ms. Smith, anything else?
No, Judge.
Okay. Yes, sir, Mr. Wright.
Can I ask you to could you make sure they uplift the hold on me? Now I mean here at the computer at the jail, because they've been having problems with the jail. Are y'all on y'all end lifting the hold? So people been sitting here 2 and 3 weeks after y'all uplift the hold, or either they go to court, they've been sitting here 2 or 3 weeks after they've been released, or the paperwork.
Got it. Yep. No, I will make sure that the probation hold gets lifted as soon as we sign this paperwork. So it should be this week. There should be no probation hold. If there still is, let Ms. Rios know. She'll let me know, and I'll make some phone calls, okay?
Thank you, sir.
You bet. Thank you, South Annex, for getting Mr. Wright on.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You take care, Mr. Wright.
You won't have no more problems, Tommy, I promise. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I'll see you at McDonald's then.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Ms. Rios, can you please send me Mr. Wright's address?
Yes, I'll email it to you. I think that's all I have. May I be excused?
Almost. Hold on one sec. Let me make sure. Because if you go, that's it for our public defender link for today.
Okay.
All right. So Unique Jones, I'm going to talk about in a minute. Jerome Clark is not your case. That's all that's left. So yes, ma'am. Thank you for your help today, Ms. Rios.
No problem. And tomorrow, I'm sick. Can I come on Zoom tomorrow too?
So, you know, we have Zoom for every court appearance. It's really a question of you and client management. If you think that being virtual is not going to make it complicated, you've got a client here saying, "Where's my lawyer? She's always from home." I'm okay with that. I trust your instincts with your clients. Plus, you seem to have a runny nose, and no one wants you to get us sick. But that's up to you. If you think it'll flow smoothly, if Ms. Wood will be here so that there is a actual live PD in the courtroom, then we'll be all right.
Yeah, I think Miss Wood might be, or it will be Marilyn, one of the two.
Okay.
Thank you.
You bet. See you. All right, Unique Jones first. Apparently they are driving Ms. Jones from Spalding County to either the jail or here. I thought it was peculiar they were going to drive her to the jail to get on Zoom. If she's coming all the way up here, just bring her to court. I think that makes more sense, but that's not my call. So Ms. Nelson was going to, I don't know if it makes more sense, Deputy Gordon, for you to talk to transport or Ms. Nelson. I want it to be whatever's easiest for transport. But this just seems horribly inefficient in this day and age that we got to go all the way to Spalding to bring her here.
Judge, I'm waiting for a response from them for that question.
Hey,
Okay.
Judge, Miss Jones is going to be brought to 901, and then we're going to place her on Zoom. She's not going to come downtown.
Okay, that's clearly the plan. That's what we'll do. So we'll just need to know when she's on Zoom. We'll get Mr. Luemba here in court. He's bouncing around other courtrooms. We've got some family members of Mr. Van Arsdale who are here who I think want to be present for that. Do we have an ETA?
The last ETA was they were about 45 minutes out, give or take.
And how long ago did they say they were 45 minutes out, give or
Maybe
take?
about 15 minutes ago.
Okay, so 30, 40 minutes. We do have one other inmate we haven't been able to track down, and that is Jerome Clark.
Okay. He's inside. He's getting pulled now.
Excellent. What booth will he go to?
6 South, booth 1.
All right, I'll make sure it's fired up. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Hey, good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
We have Anthony Johnson here in courtroom 1.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Mr. Johnson, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
So update for you. Your lawyer was on the call while we were trying to track you down. I think we didn't realize that you needed to be brought down to one of the courtrooms, given the wheelchair. So we were waiting at a booth and you weren't there. But your lawyer, Ms. Porter, who was standing in for her colleague, I think the name is Legrone. Ms. Porter is now on her way to Cobb County for some court, but she has asked for a full-blown evidentiary hearing. The state has recommended a fairly meaningful revocation of your probation given the arrest you had recently. And so Ms. Porter has said, well, then you're going to have to prove it up. Mr. Johnson doesn't admit to all that. So what we're doing is resetting your case. Hold on, let me finish, and then I'll hear from you. We are resetting your case for a few days so that the state can subpoena a witness or witnesses. We'll actually get you to court, as in my courtroom right here, and we will have that evidentiary hearing. Now, you and Ms. Porter may still be able to work something out with the state, but it sounded like people were pretty far apart. And you've got a right to have the state prove up the allegations in the petition. So that's where we are. You had a question.
Yes, sir. Judge Burney, when I left your courtroom, I did nothing but comply with my probations. I've reported every month. I have not been in any trouble. I got hit by a diesel in 2023. So this lady that I have the charges for overheard the attorney telling me that they were giving me $650,000 from the truck driver insurance place, right? And that I still was going to get more money from the actual truck driving accident.
Yeah.
So he tried to have me at her house, drugged me up, reported me as a missing person, first and foremost. Reported me as a missing person because I had to crawl out the back door of her house while she was in the room with some other
Hey, Mr. Johnson, I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second. I just want to advise you, I will hear you out in your entirety. You should know that the prosecutor who would be handling your revocation hearing is sitting here in court, and she's going to listen to everything you say, and things you say could be used against you at that revocation hearing. You will have a chance to have a lawyer advocate on your behalf, and you'll have a chance to say all the things that you want to say right now with that lawyer by your side so that she could say, shh, don't bring that part up. That's not going to help you bringing that part up. I'm not your lawyer, and Ms. Smith, the prosecutor, is definitely not your lawyer. She is writing down, all right, he's blaming it on this lady and this and that. I don't know any of the circumstances of this supposed arrest that you had in April of this year. That's the big basis for the revocation. And it may be that there is no evidence behind that. Someone can go to the police and say, this man beat me. And the police may say, well, you seem credible. And then they go arrest Anthony Johnson. The DA's office then investigates it. They may drop charges. They may bring charges. But we need to have that hearing. And the state actually has to put up evidence. It's not enough for Ms. Smith just to read a police report. But she would need to have an officer or the alleged victim or both testify, and your lawyer would have a chance to cross-examine those folks. It's almost like a mini trial, just no jury. But that's the posture we're in right now. And if you talk more about what you think really happened, you may say some things that Ms. Smith then brings up at the hearing that makes your situation more complicated. So I'm not giving you advice because I'm not your lawyer, but I am letting you know that anything you say about that situation, the prosecutor could use against you when we do have that hearing. Okay?
With that being said, I like to say this. Sir, this is all about money. I have a multi-million-dollar suit that was getting ready to settle, right? My attorney, this is the craziest thing. My attorney, who was on my truck driving suit, tried to manipulate me out of $60,000+ on a loan that I borrowed because I shot a movie with Master P, Rick Ross, Trina, and Webby, which is supposed to be coming out the 31st of May. All this is about money. I found out he had cheated me, they was trying to cheat me, and I removed them as my attorneys. Don't you know?
Who is your lawyer?
My lawyer was Andrew Lambros. This man came down to the jail while I've been here at this jail with his partner 2 or 3 times, trying to get me to sign this paperwork and saying that I will let them be my attorney again on the truck driver's case. I refused to. Don't you know this man went down to the court on the 3rd, right? Got my courtroom changed out of your courtroom into Judge Brooks and then put himself on as my attorney. And he is not even a criminal attorney. He is a lawsuit attorney, which was the craziest thing on the planet. And after this, got my case pushed back all the way down here, sir. I have a surgery to get removed to get my 5th and 6th vertebrae removed. I have also a surgery to put on my heart to fix my left ventricle. I've been locked up for 6 months for something that I have done nothing other than be a victim of people trying to manipulate me for my money. You think about what I'm saying to you. This man came to your courtroom or went downtown, right? They had came to see me 3 or 4 times in the jail since I've been here, trying to get me to sign this paperwork, which I have right here, which he can read and tell you. And I refused to sign it.
Good. It sounds like there was a good idea not to sign it. So I want to make sure that the lawyer who is representing you in this situation, the criminal situation, not the truck accident, Ms. Legrone, is that someone that you expect to be representing you?
Yes, sir. My fiance hired her. What I'm saying, came to my last court appearance on the 3rd. Got my courtroom moved to Judge Brooks. When he got my courtroom moved to Judge Brooks, got rid of the public defender who had already told me he was going to work it out for get me time served because I've been locked up almost 6 months, and put himself on as my attorney. And he told me, I know Judge Bernie personally. I've been in for him in a couple of settlements, but never no criminal cases. I lied my witness, Andrew Lambros. He was here the last on the 3rd. Telling these people that he's my attorney, got rid of the public defender that had already told me he was going to work out a deal to try to get me time served. This is all about money. Can you believe that? And it's like here, I'm still sitting back and forth in jail. They keep putting my case off. I keep missing to get my surgery. These people, I'm not getting no medical assistance here. I'm not even getting my medication. I have to get my 5th and 6th vertebrae removed or I'm going to be paralyzed. And
okay.
And
so I'm hearing you. Are you getting your medication now?
I'm getting aspirins. They give me aspirins. They give me Motrin, and they're not giving me any of my medications that I was prescribed. My fiance has sent my medical history here, sent them the medicine that I was taking. None of that. And this has been going on for me for 6 months, sir.
Okay. Well, you should do 2 things. One, let Ms. Legrone know that you're not getting your medication. And if she's not able to fix that, she should let me know and I can interact with the medical folks at the jail. And then number 2, keep your distance from that lawyer you were describing and know that we are resetting your case ASAP so that we can have this evidentiary hearing with Ms. Legrone or her law partner, Ms. Porter. That's who was here today, and that's her direct law partner. And we'll have that hearing, and the state will need to put up what they can, and we'll take it from there. Okay, but you'll be here in person. We'll bring you over. You won't be on some screen.
Can I ask you one more question, sir?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to make sure I get this documented. So when I get out of here, I'm filing malpractice lawsuit against this attorney. He came to my court and told you guys that he was my attorney. It's on the last court that I was here, and he is not my attorney. He had no right to do that. That made them push my case back. He actually manipulated the court to get them to put it in Brooks. He knew you was my attorney. And then he stood right before the court, just like everybody else now, telling him that he's my attorney. And I have no documentations that I signed. Matter of fact, I fired him for my truck driver's case. He's not even a criminal attorney. And more importantly, just keep pushing me back further and further, keeping me from getting the medical assistance I need. I need to get these surgeries. And it's like,
right, you got to take care of those vertebrae. And what I got to do is make sure we get you back here quickly so we can have this revocation hearing, okay? Hold on to your paperwork. Reach out to Ms. Legrone if you need something, and we'll get you into courtroom 8D as soon as I can, all right?
Yes, sir. I hope soon.
All right, be safe.
Judge, just for the record, he does have a hold with Columbus, Police Department.
Okay. Well, that's something we can talk about when we get him into court with Ms. LaGrone or Ms. Porter.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Thank you. And thanks, folks, for getting Mr. Johnson down to the courtroom.
Hey, no problem, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Take care. Now we have someone in 6 South Booth 1. Excellent. Are you Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Clark. I'm Judge McBurney. Your case has been assigned to me, and I need to look it up. Just give me a second. There you are, Jerome Clark. Mr. Clark, you are represented by Sean Hoover. He is with the State Public Defender's Office. He is assigned to major cases. You're charged with some pretty serious stuff in this case. Mr. Hoover filed a waiver of arraignment in your case, meaning he entered a plea of not guilty for you, and filed his entry of appearance. He is in another courtroom right now, so he can't, in another courthouse. He's not even here in Fulton County, so he can't be here for the conversation, but he let me know he filed that waiver. He is getting discovery, that's police reports, body cam footage, et cetera, from the prosecutor on the case. And then he, Mr. Hoover, will meet with you to talk about next steps in the case, all right?
All right.
Let me see if there is anything else. So you were in an older version of this indictment, and then the district attorney's office re-indicted to add some defendants and some other charges. Do you know, Mr. Abadi, offhand, whether Mr. Clark has any new charges? Okay, so all the things that you faced before in that older indictment, you still face now. It's just become a bigger indictment. It added some other activities of the group that you're allegedly part of, but not any new charges for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Hoover will be in touch, and I will see you next after he's filed motions, or if he is able to try to work something out on your behalf, okay?
All right.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you are good to go. Thank you. All right, I think all that's left then from the calendar is Unique Jones, who will be brought to Rice Street in 15, 20 minutes. She'll get on Zoom, and we'll need to get Mr. Luemba. So I will have Ms. Nelson reach out to Mr. Luemba to get him here in about 10 minutes, and then he can sit tight. Ms. Smith, I think we're done with your cases. Tomorrow is final plea. That's going to be more of an inheritance day for you. Those would all be cases that Ms. Davis, hopefully, has done a lot of work on, and either she or you needed to have before now, ideally, sent offers out to the defense attorneys, so that when we meet tomorrow, the conversation is going to be, do you have the recommendation? What does your client want to do? And if they want to work it out, we take pleas. There may be some back and forth in person, so be ready to negotiate. And if the defendant's not interested in whatever the offer is, we get that on the record, and then we just move it to a trial calendar. Okay, you'll be ready?
Yes.
Good. All right. Mr. Abadi, do you want us to call you, or you're going to just do work here until Ms. Jones hops on? Okay, you're going to work on the tonight case? Do you have a trial between now and then?
No.
Okay.
Every year in the office, so I'm ready for a little bit of break.
Okay. I hear you. Are you all going to stay for Miss Jones? Okay.
Judge, can I be excused for the rest of the day?
You may. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, Judge.
Great. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. You too. Happy birthday, Deputy Gordon.
Hey, say thank you to Miss Simpson.
Oh, already sent to me.
He was doing some work related thing.
As always.
That's his story.
Yeah, already go ahead. 770.
Oh,
309.
do you know how long they reset like for the
61 6100 309 1600.
Okay. I'm trying to get out my office.
All right.
Let's get the subpoena on, so she's took it.
We can get her on Zoom right now. But yeah, the officer that's transporting, they said they're gonna take like an hour and 15.
Oh, they're that far away? Can they just pull over and do it? Let's do that. Yeah.
I can send it to Ms.
Hey, Ms. Nelson, can you track Mr. Luemba down, please?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
I guess you just send a link to this phone number.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can just text it to Ms.
No, I don't. I have it all right here. Do you want to? Let me pull it up.
Miss Livingston has the Zoom information, Gordon.
Right. We're coming up with a plan B for better.
I know. That's why I was letting them know they have the Zoom information.
But this is a different set of deputies.
Yeah, this is the actual
Transport people. It's right here. Do you want the phone number? Do you want the link? What would be best? Or I can forward this.
Yeah, can you go to my email?
Yeah. All right. I will be right back.
I sent it to him. Yeah.
Okay.
That's over.
Hey, thank you for being here. Ms. Jones, the Ms. Jones you're working with, is en route.
Open the agreement.
Well, Yes, but they're going to bring her to the jail and then she would get on Zoom. But she remains far away. And so Deputy Gordon right now was working with the transport officers and they had offered up the notion of, how about we just pull over into a rest stop and we got a phone and she could appear via Zoom that way. I think that that's the most efficient. You've got places you need to be. We've got family members of the deceased here, and I'm anxious to get this done this morning rather than, oh, at 1 o'clock, she's at Rice Street and ready to roll. Failing that, we may just reset this and say, we need Ms. Jones in person. I always prefer that as a default. But I don't know what it is about her situation that is causing her to be down in Spalding. It says to me that they've decided she needs to be separate from a lot of folks. So if you don't mind just parking for a moment, if I need to run interference with other judges, just tell me which ones and I'll say.
It'll be Judge Whitaker, but the calendar will start at 10 and she's still on her 9 o'clock calendar, so I would take a plea there, but they're probably not. But it'll be Judge Whitaker.
Okay, all right, we'll manage her. We'll just get an update from Deputy Gordon to see what he's saying.
Okay. So he was 10 minutes out
From the jail.
from Spalding.
They're not even to Spalding yet. Oh, okay. And we don't know why Spalding can't get her on a screen. They don't have it. Okay. Can they just put her in the van in the parking lot and we do it there?
Yeah. Yeah, so he hasn't even arrived at Spalding, but yeah, he's 10 minutes out.
Yeah.
I have to get her and then, so probably 20-25 minutes.
Okay. Tell me what you want to, do you want to go to Whitaker or do you want to stay here?
Let me run back down to Whitaker, I think he's wrapping up her 9 o'clock calendar. I got one plea to take.
Okay.
And I can run back up here. If it's taking too long, can, Ms. Nelson actually emailed me why I came back.
Okay.
So if she shoots me an email, I'll just shoot right back up.
Okay, right. If you're not mid-plea, then you should come back up here and we'll have our conversation.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna go back there, and if you'll just let me know when they're ready to go. But they're okay doing it from their van?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, Ms. Alexander, I don't know that you and the jail team need to stay on then, because it sounds like we'll get a stream of Ms. Jones in the parking lot down in Spalding.
Okay, that's fine. If we don't need to, can we get Ms. Nelson to shoot me an email when you guys are done so for our records?
Sure.
All right, cool beans.
All right. Thanks for your help.
No problem, Judge.
Wi-Fi? Yes. See a good picture. It says I guess. Well, that one right there, Sheriff's Jail. This one? Yeah, that doesn't usually reach over there. Yeah, sure.
First, I figured, whether it starts on transport.
I figured.
Judge will be back to the courtroom shortly.
Okay, good connected. Standing by. Thank you. No problem.
Yeah, but it's saying we're being government here.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, we're talking about it, it's like, look at the Zoom, okay, I'll let you see there.
Do me a favor? Let me just put these on. Thank you, okay?
Anything you got?
We'll just wait for the judge to come back, okay? I'm standing right next to the door, make sure his signal don't drop.
One thing for Mark, the range had wanted to pick up, but the range on the transport, who passed. So they were telling like, oh, they would into us, here, my number, call back and get it figured out. They go back to, oh, we got someone, we want it, it's that way. 2.5, but it's in that level. Expedition we worked on last week for Tennessee, they hadn't come pick up. I followed them. I see. Lawsuit, with basketball, if you don't call him, let us know. So, we need education in like 20. I know you use it for law, but it's yeah, well, forever. You know, here and having fun that country from solid chat. Living on this, like we because we had 3 calls on some, we were checking if we had deals. There was an all day kind of shared last night. One, as it just said. What we're doing was that. Oh, the secrets. They told them. Huh?
Is Mac who we're looking for?
This is Deputy McAlmont.
Okay.
I'm here with Ms. Jones.
Great. Appreciate you making this work out. We got to get the prosecutor and then we're good to go.
Copy that, sir. She's in front of you right now.
I see her. Good morning, Ms. Jones.
Good morning.
We're going to wake Mr. Luemba up here and we'll be good to go. Mr. Luemba, you're welcome to stay seated there if you get in front of the screen, and then we'll get Mr. Abadi in and we'll be good to go. So there was a little confusion this morning, Ms. Jones. There was someone else named Unique Jones in the city jail. We got her on the screen, and I don't know if it was your mother or someone was on saying, that's not Unique. And this woman's like, I am Unique. And we went back and forth. And there is another Unique Jones out there. She's about 4 years older than you are. And we lost Mac. And boy, she was concerned about being charged with murder.
That would be traumatic all the way around.
Yeah. It's like, wait, what?
Especially since she was only in there in something that sounded like battery.
Right. Right.
That I requested a lot for him. So I sent him the order to Judge down the road.
He dropped off. Mac did. We were like, oh, so he's back on, but there's no audio. It dropped. They were sitting down and it died.
Yeah.
Your name's on my set.
Yeah, a lot of people got moved from farming.
Yeah, so apparently maybe his co-defendant on the armed robberies.
Gone again. It seemed like a good signal.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. All right, you're back. What happened?
I'm gonna do it,
Are we good?
Yeah, but thank you.
Yes, we're good here.
If he's not already.
Okay, Ms. Jones, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, let's get started. Ms. Rivers, let's handle the arraignment piece first. So Ms. Jones, I'm Judge McBurney. We haven't met before. Your lawyer, Mr. Luemba, is on the screen. Gentleman with the glasses with the yellow lenses. He's representing you in this case. A prosecutor is in the courtroom. I don't know that he'll be handling the case forever and ever, but he's certainly handling it today. He is on one of those screens. And then Ms. Singleton, have you and Ms. Jones met before? Yeah. Okay, you know Ms. Singleton. Okay, yes. She's here as well. And we're going to do a couple things today, Ms. Jones. One, we're going to handle your arraignment, which is an opportunity for you to enter a plea of guilty or not guilty, waive arraignment, et cetera. And then I think we're going to talk a little bit about bond. But let's handle the arraignment piece first. Mr. Luemba, did you already file a waiver or do you plan on filing a waiver?
No, we're just going to waive on the record, Judge. We're going to waive formal arraignment, plead not guilty. And I'm not going to request 10 days to file a motion pending discovery. Because I don't know how voluminous it is. I may need more than 10 days. So request some significant amount of time to file motions after receiving discovery. But we will be waiving formal arraignment and pleading not guilty.
Okay, couple things. One, I'm going to have you fill out the waiver form. I know it's sort of on the record, although I didn't ask you to take down to start yet, but so we can get it in the docket, I'll have you file the waiver form before you go. And then we'll get a scheduling order in place. I may have a deadline for motions, but that's going to be flexible. It will be after discovery is delivered. Mr. Hile sent an email out to all the lawyers. I think you were on it that said, please deliver a hard drive.
We did.
You've done that. Okay, good. I'm going to be sending a spreadsheet out to all the lawyers saying, here's my list. I think these are the lawyers involved. And then I need to know who's received their hard drive yet, because really it doesn't make sense to start imposing a motions deadline until everyone got the hard drive. And then it probably will behoove you all to talk with one of the prosecutors to say, it's 6 terabytes. Where would one start looking? And you're entitled to many more things than you might need to figure out, is there a motion to suppress in here? There may be, I'm making this up, 18 cell phone extractions. But really, the question about suppression would be, was my client's phone taken and what were the circumstances of that? That might be one police report. And so instead of being overwhelmed by a terabyte of data, it would be, what's the basis for having acquired my client's cell phone? That kind of thing. So I'm hopeful that there will be an exchange between the defense attorneys and a prosecutor. It's made a little complicated by the fact that Mr. Hiles, whose case this will be in the long run, is on break for a little while. Right. I know Mr. Abadi is helping out. There was a Mr. Smith here earlier as well. But I'm going to rely on the lawyers on the defense side to let me know if they're running into everyone is saying, it's not my answer. I don't know how to answer that, because we may need to have a discovery conference just so that this isn't a case that takes a year just for people to get through discovery.
Right.
Okay. But your hard drive is in the queue. That's all you can do for right now. You had filed a bond motion. Mr. Abadi, I don't know that the calendar doesn't say anything about bond, but I know earlier today you heard Mr. Luemba say he was hoping to talk about bond. Are you in a position to have that conversation?
Yes.
Okay, then let's get on the record. Ms. Rivers, are you good to go?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. So, Ms. Jones, this is case 25 SC 006076. You are indicted with many others in the case. You have some pretty serious charges in the indictment. Mr. Luemba is going to talk to me about why you should have a bond, what that bond should look like, meaning dollar amount, what the conditions should be, et cetera. Then I'm going to hear from Mr. Abadi, who is one of the prosecutors on the case. I may also hear from members of the victim's family. They're entitled to be heard in a setting like this. They don't have to say anything at all, but if they want to, then I will certainly be listening to them. And then I will let you know what I'm going to do about bond in your case. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Luemba, when you're ready.
Yes, Judge. And again, we got this case and not seeing discovery, but with the little bit I know about it, I know that Ms. Jones is 16 years old. It's our position, is going to be our position moving forward, that she's actually a victim of coercion, intimidation, and duress in this particular case, Judge. This happened when she was 16, a student at Doug High School, a student from all accounts that was in AP, advanced placement classes. This is someone that worked. This is someone that you will see on the record, I'm sure the state will concur, has absolutely no criminal history, never gotten in trouble with the law before, no juvenile. There's no history of, from what we've seen from talking to Doug High School, of disorderly conduct or fighting or things of that nature. And we believe that just based on that alone, and the fact that she meets all of the Ayala factors, not a flight risk, significant ties to the community, not a danger to persons or property in the community. She won't intimidate witnesses. And she's not if past behavior is indicative of future behavior, she's not someone that's a danger to commit future felonies, Judge. As the court indicated a little bit earlier about her being placed so far from Atlanta, and And we don't know why, but a lot of times when people are separated, it's because they could potentially be maybe victimized. This is another going back to what our potential defense would be, that she is actually a victim of coercion, intimidation, and duress from all these other people that she is charged with, Judge, who I believe are actually the most culpable. I can't even believe she's sitting here, to tell you the truth, Judge. And so because of that, we would ask for a reasonable bond not to exceed $35,000. Mom is a single mom. I've had several conversations with mom. I know mom could potentially afford $35,000. And this is a young lady who, because her grades were so good in school, and she's somebody that could actually get back in school and get back on that right track that she was on prior to being caught up with these negative influences who are currently co-defendants.
Okay. You name the high school several times as Doug High School. Where is Doug High School?
It's in Atlanta. It's in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Douglas. Oh, Douglas. Okay. I'm familiar with Douglas. I wasn't sure if maybe it was a charter school.
Douglas.
Okay. Douglas High School. All right. I appreciate you sharing all that. Ms. Singleton, I'd like to hear from you what you know about Ms. Jones, to include any juvenile history. Mr. Luemba is saying there's none. There shouldn't be any adult history for her, but if you could share what you've got, please.
Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Luemba stated, she has no prior juvenile history. Unique has been a honor student since pre-K. Her mother had actually provided multiple certificates that she has walked through the years. This morning, I had her just take pictures and send me pictures of them. She has over 25 plus certificates from pre-K on for the national. She's a member of the National Honor Society. She's a AB honor roll and A honor roll. She had multiple principal awards, science awards, Spanish, music, math awards, multiple citizenship awards. She was in the National Junior Beta Club. She was Miss Fifth Grade. She has excelled academically her entire school career. She actually was dual enrolled at Douglas and Atlanta Metropolitan to be in the, I believe it was the dentistry program. And she also has participated in flag football and was expected to graduate early in December of into this December, actually. However, she is incarcerated. She's also had several jobs. She's worked at Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, Popeyes, and Pizza Hut. Her mother and I have spoken about if she were to be granted a bond, where she would live. Her mother has provided 2 addresses that are in Metro Atlanta, and I can provide them to the court if needed, and when needed, in Metro Atlanta, but not in the Atlanta downtown area with grandparents. One address for grandfather with his wife, and there's a 21-year-old grandson in that home. Another address with grandmother, and there is an adult cousin that lives there who is a Clayton County police officer. So she could live at either one of those residents. If she were granted a bond, she would be under my supervision. She would receive the county-funded ankle monitor. If the court ordered an ankle monitoring with all of the standard bond conditions, no social media, no weapons, no contact with any of her co-defendants. I believe that is all that I have, Your Honor. Yes, at this time, that's all I have.
Okay. Have you spoken with either grandparent, or you spoken with mom, who assures you that either of those households would be open to having Ms. Jones?
I've spoken with mom.
Okay. Ms. Jones was arrested in mid-May. Did she get to finish? I guess that's not quite finishing whatever school year she was in. So is
I
she?
believe it was March the 2nd.
Oh, I have her booked in May 16th.
That's in the Fulton County Jail.
Okay.
She was at Metro on March the 2nd.
Okay, so she's been in since March, so 8 months now.
Yes.
Okay, so she missed a chunk of whatever year she was in when arrested. And if she is taking classes now, obviously it's at a YDC, or she's in Spalding. I don't know what she's doing for school now, but
Correct, Your Honor. So academically,
It's a life interrupted.
yeah, life interrupted. She may be able to get back into school just based on something I recently, yesterday, had happen on another case that would be in the area that she would potentially live at. She may actually be able to get back into traditional school. If not, then I would probably suggest looking at a GED program, which she should probably be able to get in record-breaking speed.
Okay. All right. That is helpful. Of course, Ms. Jones, your life has been interrupted. It's in connection with a life that was taken. I just looked at the indictment and realized you're charged in the murder of Mr. Smart, not Mr. Van Arsdale. They're two different murders. I knew they were two different murders. I thought you were with the defendants who are accused of shooting and killing Mr. Van Arsdale, but you are with one of the defendants is involved with both, Mr. Byrd, the murder of Mr. Smart. So, Mr. Abadi, I would like to hear from you your thoughts about bond and a little bit of context. You know, the struggle I had when working with Mr. Hiles was trying to sort out, in particular on the Van Arsdale side, there are 5 or 6 people who are charged with killing Mr. Van Arsdale. And that means probably different roles that people had. Party to a crime is out there, but it helps me understand not that these are the facts of the case, Mr. Luemba, but the state's theory of how does someone plug in? If this was the person who had the gun that killed the person, as opposed to it was the getaway driver. Or I'm making this up, but if you could help orient me a little bit to the state's theory of Ms. Jones's connection to what she's charged with. And then I know there's at least one person online who wants to be heard. So it may be that Mr. Smart's family is more online than here in person, but either way, I will hear from anyone who, don't worry, I'm not going to cut any corners. So, but I'm going to start with you.
Yes, Judge. Is it okay if I start with the procedural history?
Yeah, please.
Because as it relates to Ms. Jones, bond was heard before Superior Court Judge Rochelle Carnicel back on I think it was May 13th of this year. After hearing all of the information provided by the state, as well as her counsel, she denied bond, finding that Ms. Jones was a flight risk and a risk to the community and the people in it, based on the presentation that was presented back in May. Based on the information that Mr. Luemba is presenting to the court today, there's been absolutely no change in circumstances articulated to this court that would warrant a change in Ms. Jones's bond status. As it relates to kind of the factual circumstances of this case, Your Honor, what I would say to the court, and I don't really know any other way to say it other than very bluntly, if Ms. Jones was not involved, Mr. Smart would be alive. She is the direct reason that Mr. Smart is dead. She picked him, she identified him, she lured him to the location, knowing that her boyfriend, Mr. Few, and his friend, Mr. Byrd, had planned to not only rob him, but shoot and kill him.
So the luring too is to an armed robbery that either she should expect was going to be fatal, or according to the state's theory, knew that Few and Byrd, they didn't leave their victims alive. They were going to take what they were going to take, and that victim wasn't going to walk away from it.
Correct. She was privy to a conversation after she identified him, that after identifying that it was Mr. Smart, that he would be somebody who would likely buck. And then both Mr. Byrd and Mr. Few said, then he's got to die. And she still continued to lure, and she was the attraction to the Gun Club Road for an alleged marijuana exchange.
Okay, so Smart was identified not because he was a rival gang member, but because he was a mark. Was he going to be buying marijuana or supplying marijuana?
Supplying.
Okay, so for whatever reason, Ms. Jones thought he would be a good supplier, have money, drugs on him, something, and that's the connection.
She identified him because he would be an easy mark that would be profitable.
Okay.
And she then went with Mr. Few and Byrd to the location, the 1200 Gun Club Road, continued to FaceTime and communicate through text message with Mr. Smart, indicating, all the directions he should take in order to make sure that the sale was successful. And at that point, she's also simultaneously communicating with her two co-defendants, describing his vehicle, how to get into his vehicle, things of that nature, to which they then ambushed and killed him. Miss Jones then left the location with both the defendants and went back to Mr. Few's house. And I can tell you the videos do not show that she was being coerced or she was under any sort of duress. She's giggling, laughing, playing with guns and marijuana with Mr. Few. So she may have had a very promising future prior to this, but she is very, very much responsible for the current situation that she's in based on all the facts and the evidence. I would also bring to the court's attention, she may have been a great student, but at this time she had been declared truant out of school. She had stopped attending. And my understanding is that.
Hold on 1 second. Yes?
I don't know what the background noise is, but mic is open.
Okay, well, I'm going to do is mute Deputy Max because I think it's probably something that they can't control there, and then we'll unmute when it's time to hear back from Ms. Jones. Ms. Jones, wave your hand if you can still hear us. Okay, good. So we'll press on. I think that should fix it, Ms. Rivers. If it doesn't, let me know.
Okay, thank you.
You bet. All right, so you had mentioned that at the time of the shooting, that Ms. Jones had taken herself out of school.
She had stopped attending.
Okay.
She had decided to, I guess, replace her time at school to hang out with Mr. Few, who was a member of this gang. I think they go by several different names. But
Got the number 4 in it.
4 Life or 4's one of them. It's a part of the, I call them the Glizzy Bears, but it's the Glizzy gang.
Okay.
So based upon all of that, Your Honor, I would strongly oppose bond in this case as it relates to Ms. Jones at this time. As the court is aware, and I believe Ms. Cabrera just sent an email that confirming that the USB drive or the large terabyte drive was dropped off. So we'll have that as soon as it's ready.
Okay, well, that was, Ms. Cabrera represents someone different, but Mr. Luemba said he's dropped his hard drive off, so.
This morning.
I always think you guys work together.
That's okay.
Yeah, just
Right, but they're sufficiently separate that it's okay that Mr. Luemba has
sure.
one. Yeah, just so we're clear. But Mr. Luemba's hard drive was dropped off this morning, and I know there are paralegals or whatever the right title is who are busy loading up those hard drives.
And then Mr. Smart's mother is on Zoom. She'd like to make a statement, as well as other members of Mr. Smart's family who are here in person who'd like to address the court.
Okay, and I would like to hear from all of them. I just want to find one thing first. Okay. Tell me who is going to go first, and we need their name so Ms. Rivers can make a record of that. Someone who's online. There've been people online for a while. Why don't we do that? iPhone 281.
I believe that's Mrs. Smart.
Okay, but we got to stop because Mac dropped off again. There's a deputy seat, different phone. All right.
Yes, Judge, we have to switch phones to have a better connection.
Okay.
It's going to be on Spalding County Network.
Okay.
This is Deputy Taylor with Spalding County. That's my phone.
Thank you, Deputy Taylor. All right, Ms. Jones, can you hear us? Yes, okay. Ma'am, iPhone 281, can you please give me your name?
My name is Dion Ewing.
Okay, and tell me your connection to Mr. Smart.
Alexander Smart was my son.
Okay, so your mom.
I am.
All right.
Anyway.
I'm sorry for your loss, and I would like to hear from you your thoughts about bond. That's what we're limiting ourselves to today. Bond and Ms. Jones.
Bond, I am totally against bond. Had Ms. Jones not given my son as the willing participant victim that she knew that they were going to kill, he would still be alive. The two never knew my son. She is the only one who knew him and gave him up. She participated and lured him by calling him all day to make sure he was going to arrive at the point. When she knew the others got arrested, she fled and was the last one to be arrested. She fled for a month. My son has a daughter who will never see him again. I will never hear my son again. We are a close-knit family. We will never hear him again. He was the glue to our family. He was the most loving person of our family and gave back to the community. And I am 100% against her having any freedoms to a bond, as my son has no freedom to life.
All right, I appreciate you sharing that. What was your understanding as to how your son knew Ms. Jones?
My son sold marijuana only by, apparently he was a chauffeur and she was his regular marijuana customer.
Okay, so they had I'll call it a business connection.
Correct.
Okay. Well, ma'am, again, I'm sorry for your loss. There's not a way to recover from that, but hopefully you are seeing that the case in which your son is a victim is moving forward. The district attorney's office is doing what it can, and we are lining up lawyers for each of the people who have been accused of being complicit in your son's murder. The case will stay with me. A victim advocate will let you know each time there is a court proceeding. You are welcome for any of them. We always live stream it, so you'll be able to follow if you look like you work at a hospital or something. So if you can't be here in person, you can follow it. But you're also always welcome to be here in person. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Next, if anyone.
Her name is Miss Melinda Davis.
All right, Ms. Davis, if you'd come on up, I'm gonna have you sit next to Mr. Abadi, please. Hi.
Melinda Davis.
Hi, Ms. Davis.
I'm the girlfriend, well, slash baby mother to the defendant, but I just feel like she don't
To
deserve.
Mr. Smart. You were Mr. Smart's girlfriend and you and Mr. Smart had a kid.
Yes, we have a
Got
daughter
it.
together.
A daughter. What's your daughter's name?
A more smart.
And how old is she?
She's 2 now.
Okay, and you're taking care of her?
Yes. by
And you don't
myself.
have Mr. Smart to help?
No, I do not.
Okay.
And then I just feel like she don't need to get off because it's kind of hard knowing that if she get off, it's like I still have to constantly deal with it because her family stay out there with me. And that's not going to.
Meaning Ms. Jones's family is out near you?
Yes.
Okay. Do they talk to you at all about this?
No.
Okay, but it's awkward being near them anyway.
Awkward being in the same
Sure.
place as them.
Now, you understand that if Ms. Jones did get bond, she would be staying not in the place you're describing?
No.
You don't understand? I'm telling you that if she did get a bond, she would not be staying in your community.
Hope not.
Okay, good. All
I
right.
hope not. But no, I don't think she should because it's hard on my end because my 2-year-old daughter, she knows her daddy. She knows who he is. And I have to deal with this every day. She asks about him. She have bad dreams about him. I have bad dreams about him. And I shouldn't have to go through that and neither should my daughter.
Yeah.
Y'all did what y'all did and you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to give him up and set him up like that. That was wrong of you.
I need you to talk to me, okay? There'll be a time later to talk with Ms.
I'm
Jones.
just talking out loud, but I'm
All
not
right.
directly talking to her.
Got it. And I need you to pause for a second because we lost our Spalding County connection again. But I'm feeling you. I understand what you're saying, but talk to me, okay? Let's wait for them to come back on. Is your sense it's a bad connection or their phones keep dying? Bad connection. And it's just too much of a pain to get her out into the van? Or Spalding County doesn't have cell service? Okay.
Might be in jail.
It is. Looks like Deputy Taylor is back on. Just need him to power it up. There he is. All right, we're back on. We paused once I saw you drop off, Ms. Jones. Ms. Davis, was there more you wanted to share? I have a question and then you can add whatever you want. Tell me how you're making things work. Are you employed? Are you in school?
I am working 2 jobs as of right now, but I had to quit one because I still have to focus on my child.
Sure.
And make sure that I have enough time, to get her from daycare and all that.
Yep. Do you have other family members who are able to help?
Little bit.
Little bit.
But it's not a guarantee.
No.
So,
It's your kid.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
I understand.
She's mine.
Yep. I have a few too. So, well, I appreciate that you're staying focused on her. And I'm sorry that there is this pain and awkwardness when she says, "Where's Dad?" I mean, you're just there's not a happy answer to that.
Breaks me because she do it when he was here.
Yeah.
She used to just go, sit at the door, wait on him. She still do it now.
Yeah.
And it breaks my heart that she would never see her dad again, get to hear his voice, calling her big girl, stuff like that.
Yep.
He missed her daughter, her father-daughter dance, the best moment of her life.
Mhm.
And that broke me. Like, I have to deal with a lot.
You do, and you'll have to keep doing it because she's going to turn 3 and 4 and 5, and Dad's not going to be there.
Yeah, as for him to this day.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
No,
All right. I appreciate you being here. I know this is not easy to talk about.
it really not come.
Okay.
Trying to hold it together.
You're doing a good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
I think it's Mr. Smart's sister. I could be wrong.
We'll find out in a second. Good morning.
Good morning,
Tell me who you are, please.
Amanda Smart.
Okay. And your connection to Mr. Smart,
That's my little brother.
your little brother. Okay. What do you want me to hear?
I think just after listening to the defense lawyer, I just wanted to make it really clear that you can have all the best grades in the world, but it's about the environment and the way that you live. And I feel like just based off of the things that we've heard thus far and the fact that her and her family supported her while she was a flight risk initially, and then coming back and just hearing even the support around, there's very little accountability to what has happened, trying to villainize my brother in a way that, yes, he sold weed, but he never tried to kill anyone. He was never aggressive. My brother is by far the most emotional, caring person that I've ever met, more emotional than me, and I'm even in this state right now. So just to bear witness to this assassination of my brother's character, and just to see how little they cared about my brother and how little her family cared about what they left us with. I don't think that even if she got out on bail, that they would even support true justice. I think if they had the means to, they would do whatever it took to, if they could get her away again, maybe they could. And just to see, to spend that amount of time waiting for them to figure out even who did it, because we actually thought that there might have been a closer relationship to who would want to kill my brother, and to know that he was just a person that fit the bill. I think that trauma and that paranoia to my family again would just be devastating. And if it ended up aligning to someone else, like to know that the court would have to know that they're capable of doing these things.
Right.
If we allowed somebody who could go to sleep at night knowing that they would just volunteer another person to die. So.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. And my opinion in this process doesn't matter a whole lot. It'll be a jury, it'll be lawyers who are negotiating, but I do want to put your mind at ease on one thing, and that's that Your brother's life was not worth any less because he may have sold some marijuana. That doesn't trouble me in any way. I don't think, oh, I have to value bonds differently. I asked the prosecutor and the defense attorney questions because it's a different case if people were shooting at each other and it's self-defense. And defenses will evolve in this case, and I have very, very little information. But you lost a brother. That's what matters. And if he sold washing machines or he sold marijuana, it doesn't mean that he should suffer the fate that he did. So I think you are seeing that the justice system isn't devaluing him. Oh, that's not a serious case. We won't do it. They've indicted the case. It's a big case. It's actually put together 2 different murders that are connected through Mr. Byrd and allegedly this gang. And so you should know that no one, at least in the criminal justice process, is viewing this as, oh, it's less important because Mr. Smart may have sold marijuana. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. None of that is a license to, okay, then we can kill him and take his money or his product. So I'm not hearing anything that is demeaning to your brother. I'm hearing you and his girlfriend and his mom lift up his memory and help me understand the hole that's been left behind by whatever happened. And today isn't the day to say, here's who did what, but it's to think about what's the safest way to ensure that when it's trial time, everyone who needs to be here is going to be here. And between now and then, no one else gets hurt, witnesses aren't influenced, things like that. That's what bond is about. You are welcome to be here every time as well. Hopefully the victim advocate will let you know there'll be times when we meet where there's not a whole lot happening, but we have to have court. You can still come to that, but I don't want you to come and say, why'd you guys drag me down here? Because all you did was pass some papers around. But your presence is important and your words are meaningful. Thank you. Anyone else, Mr. Abadi? All right. Mr. Luemba, you're the movant, so I want to give you the last word. Is there anything more that you want to share with me?
Just kind of piggyback on what Ms. Singleton said. You've heard the decisions that this young girl has made her entire life, from pre-K all up to this day. Based on that history, I don't think you wake up in the morning and decide to do something like this, which is why I started off after talking to mom and in my limited investigation of this, that, I know Mr. Abadi said that there might have been some laughing on a video or whatever. When people are afraid, they react different ways. And you have all these men and you have this one 16-year-old. That's why I said coercion, intimidation, and duress. And I believe that when all the facts come out, it's going to show that what I just stated, Judge.
Sure.
So I'm asking for a bond, and I don't know if she was indicted when that first bond hearing. I didn't represent her on that.
Okay, that was going to be my next question, because I'm looking at the order. It was pre-indictment. That's why Judge Carnesale had it, but because of the severity of the charge, a magistrate couldn't hear bond.
Right, I understand that.
Yeah, you know the process, but you weren't the one who handled that bond hearing.
Right, and so Mr. Abadi stated, well, what facts have changed since the first bond hearing? The facts have changed, and now she's indicted. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. Now she's indicted. Now the real adversarial process has started, Judge. And I believe that this is somebody based on past behavior of 16 years of life. That outweighs something that she has not been found guilty of. And as of now, she's innocent. So she should be given the benefit of the doubt for those 16 years of great decisions that she's made, not based on something that by law she's 100% innocent of as of today. So we're asking for a $35,000 bond.
Okay. Last question, and it may be one that Ms. Jones needs to answer if you're comfortable having her answer it. I'm trying to figure out why she's at Spalding. And you had mentioned that there may have been concerns for her safety, and that's why she's there. It could just be population management by the jail.
And I don't know, and because I don't know, I wouldn't want her to say that.
Okay, then let's not go there, because there also could be reasons that aren't great that you don't need me to hear, and I'll stay away from that. Okay. Well, this has been helpful to hear from everyone. And as with most debates, there's truth on all sides. I have no reason to doubt that Ms. Jones for many years was a model student and maybe member of the community. But we also are now in a situation where for whatever reason, and that reason is actually going to be pretty important in Ms. Jones's case. She got in the mix with people who not once but twice allegedly took the life of another. And what I'm going to do for now, Ms. Jones, is maintain the status quo. In other words, I don't see a basis to overrule Judge Carnesale. I appreciate that one thing that has changed is that you've been indicted, but you were indicted for the things that were the charges you faced when Judge Carnesale heard bond. But there are some things that may change once Mr. Luemba gets discovery, and that's the power of knowledge and information. And so I invite Mr. Luemba, and he knows that's how it operates in my division, that after you get that discovery, Mr. Luemba, if you find that there is evidence that you'd want to point to at a bond renewal or you renew your motion for bond hearing that lends some weight to your theory of the case, that Ms. Jones wasn't a legally voluntary participant in what went on, then we should have that discussion. And I don't ever mean for you to have to disclose your defense or anything like that, but there may well be in discovery pretty clear evidence that there was duress involved. And then that brings us into a different setting. I am confident that there is the evidence that Mr. Abate described. He wouldn't stand up in court and say that. And you want to see it. And there may be explanations for it. And there may be a difference between nervous laughter and, hey, this is great that I just was part of this thing with you, Mr. Few and Mr. Bird. And I'm going to await the lawyers having a chance to process that. And then if we need to reconvene to talk about bond, we will. The other reason that we should reconvene, number two, would be if you are encountering delays not of your own making. If you are asking for information and not getting it, if this case is stalled, not because you and Ms. Jones aren't ready, but because Attorney X and her client aren't ready, but we're not severing things out, because that's always one solution, would be to fast track a defendant who's ready. If you're in a ready posture and the case isn't moving, that's another reason to revisit this. And so either one of those is more than enough to file something where then we could engage with the state's argument that, well, what's changed? Because right now, to me, the main thing is that accusations have turned into an indictment. Still not proof, you know that, but that's it. Otherwise, it's the same set of circumstances that got Ms. Jones arrested and named in the indictment as party to the crime of murder. So that's what we're going to do. If you learn there are reasons that we need to relocate Ms. Jones, let me know that, because I can certainly engage with the sheriff's team, but I'm going to assume for now that she's in a safe place for her and the right place for her. And I won't meddle with that unless you bring something to my attention.
Understood, Judge.
Okay. All right. And thank you very much, Deputy Taylor and Deputy Mack, for using your phones and getting Ms. Jones plugged in for this call.
You're welcome. Judge, may I be excused?
Yes, sir. Do we need to let any judge know you're on your way, or you're good?
I'll go back down. They haven't called me, so I'm sure they're still.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Deputy Taylor. Be nice to those Fulton guys. They drove all the way down there. Maybe you get them lunch.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Singleton. Hey, what's going on? Everything. Good. All right. That concludes court for today. Ms. Nelson, if you could let our friends at the jail, I think it was Ms. Alexander, know that we're done. She had to do some paperwork once this session was over.